What's up, guys? In today's video, I want to talk about Kaspa. We had some concern on my Discord. Some members are deciding to sell it. I see some, fear, uncertainty, and doubt with the war overseas, Israel and Iran. People are concerned. They're like, John, it's been at 12, 13, 11 cents now for a few months. What do you think is going to happen? Should I offload some of it? I haven't sold any of my Kaspa bag, first of all. Secondly, I'm not bearish on the asset. You guys don't want to be Kaspa maxis. Being a maxi to anything is just a married belief to a certain asset. It's no different than Bitcoin maxis, ICP maxis, Cardano maxis, Ethereum maxis, Solana maxis. It really does you nothing when you're just married to that one asset. I personally believe diversification is not only useful but needed, especially in a volatile market like crypto. Some people say they want to get into Kaspa because, it makes them sleep better at night. It's fair launch. It has, good tech, layer one, fair launch, Jonathan's behind it, so on and so forth. But, people are literally leaving gains on the table. Like if you missed Everdrone recently, that's like a 20x. You missed Art Block, that's another like 20x. Like there's plenty of picks that we called recently in just the last 2-4 weeks alone that could have made you a lot more money than just holding Kaspa by itself for these past 3 months. I wanted to clear the air here because some people are asking me that are heavily allocated to it. John, do you think I should sell it? And my short answer is this. Listen, first of all, do whatever you want to do. Secondly, if it was me, I would not be selling Kaspa in this moment when it's down in price, okay? If you let's pull up the chart here real quick. I want to show you guys, like people typically lose conviction and belief when it's down. Okay, Kaspa, unless you live under a rock, it's been pretty much in a downward trend for the last 30 days, 90 days, not the 12 months though. This is why I always say zoom out, right? But it's been down for a while. And with this uncertainty overseas with the war and the ties to Israel, you could imagine, or one could imagine rather, that this could turn into a political battle. Regardless of what you think, what I think, what the masses think, the lack of exchange listings will play a part in suppressing the price. Obviously, from an exposure standpoint, retail and a certain percentage of whales, they're not going to buy using a DEX. They're not going to buy using a VPN. You can buy Kaspa right now on KuCoin and Mexi, but KuCoin's in hot water and Mexi is not the best exchange for most investors. So Kaspa right now, it's at 12 cents, 11 cents. I even told my Discord, this is not a buy alert, but I said, hey guys, if you are not yet at the dolphin status, if you want to be at shark status, this 10, 11, now it's at 12 cent range is probably a great time to DCA. In fact, it actually is. They did announce smart contracts. I don't think that's going to happen this cycle personally. I think we're too far along in the bull cycle. Bitcoin halving just took place. I do know they had their own halving as well for Kaspa. It's nice that they're putting more supply in circulation. By next year, they're going to have 90%, which 90%, if you're in school, that's a great score, right? So 90% inflation is great from a market dilution standpoint and also from a selling pressure standpoint. So Kaspa really is one of the best, if not the best, aside from Bitcoin when it comes to a risk to reward. But that being said, it doesn't mean it's going to be the best multiplier. Just because an asset is safe doesn't mean it's going to make you a millionaire, especially when it comes to this cycle. Listen, if you're buying Kaspa right now, worst case, I see it going to $1. The best case this cycle, maybe $3. But even with that being said, it has to get on a tier 1 exchange listing. And now you have this catalyst of a potential black swan event with this war overseas with Israel and Iran. And although this has nothing to do with Kaspa, some people will make it about Kaspa and unfortunately will sell their bag. Like literally the other night, I was up late when Israel retaliated against Iran, and literally Bitcoin itself went from 64K to 59K in 5 minutes and shot back up, and Kaspa went down to 11 cents from 14 cents and stayed there for a little bit. Now it's starting to recover, so I imagine people are starting to buy back in again. But that being said, right, a lot of retail, I feel, is They went heavily allocated to Kaspa because they followed a couple of YouTubers, didn't do their research. They fell for this whole the next Bitcoin and just jumped in. And now people are starting to naturally question it because it's down in price and hasn't moved, right? This is why I say you can't be like in this cult-like mentality, right? And this is not just specific to Kaspa. You have the ICP investors doing the same thing, XRP, the Cardano ADA gang, you got Solana maxis, you got a lot of different maxis here. Okay, the only exception is Bitcoin maxis. And although I don't like any maxi attitude, Bitcoin really is the best asset, has the most adoption, has the most support, and is truly just a decentralized, asset. Now, Kaspa is the best thing fundamentally that I've seen since Bitcoin, even more so than Ethereum, because Ethereum now merged to proof of stake, which definitely hurt it in that respect. But Kaspa still needs the adoption. There's no one to market it. There's no team, there's no Shay on here going, hey guys, let's do an AMA. So this whole fair launch, it helps it with a dumping standpoint. It's going to appreciate like it's been doing for the last 12 months naturally, if you follow this right here. But it's just going to take some time to really see a pump. Because again, a lot of my recent plays have been VC-backed crypto. So when you think about it from that standpoint, you're not going to see the immediate gains like this. Now, if we pull up your crypto, like let's just say Aerodrome, for example, you're going to see the difference in how it's not fair launch. The tokenomics are not great. It's inflationary, unlike Kaspa. But look at this chart. Okay, it's doing better than Kaspa right now. Okay, not saying it's going to be the way for the last next 5 years, but in the short term, you're leaving gains on the table. So what I said to my Discord members, what I'm saying to you, if you're thinking of selling Kaspa right now, first of all, I wouldn't do it. What I would do is just use new money and allocate that into different assets. I would not be selling my Kaspa, especially at a bottom price right now. It's probably not going to get below 10 cents anymore until the next bear market. Let's be honest here. Could it happen? Of course, it's already on the cusp. It's 12 cents, but people are sort of waiting for it to hit 9 cents and they're going to pounce on it. So the ones who never buy, who always keep saying it's going lower, surprisingly, I bet a majority of them are waiting to see if Kaspa hits this 10-cent mark. So I would not bet on that and sell it and say, I'm going to buy back in. You're probably going to not buy back in. You're going to end up regretting it. So just be very careful with that. But yeah, like I was saying, Kaspa, it's still a great asset. Like I said, if you just want to diversify, so at least you're not all in, you can actually make some money. I mean, worst case scenario, you can just roll over profits from your micro caps into Kaspa. Okay, some people in my Discord, they actually made some crazy gains on Aerodrome and they rolled it into Kaspa or whatever crypto, right? Like GFI, PNG. We made some good X's, guys. I mean, look, people are going to not see this zoom out chart. They're going to just see this and they're going to evaluate based on what they're seeing in the short term. A lot of people are nearsighted in life, right? They always want to see what's in front of their face and not realize that sometimes when you're working towards something or chasing something, that's not what's immediately right in front of your face, but what the end goal is, which is oftentimes not visible to the eye, at least at first, right? So Kaspa, another example, it's going to have some suppression. It's going to have some work to do with the tier 1 listings. You would like to see at least 1 or 2 listed before the cycle's said and done, but I don't have a crystal ball. You don't have a crystal ball, and neither does Jonathan Sampolinsky, apparently. So all we can do is hope for the best. But like I said, just make sure if you're all into Kaspa, first of all, understand that the majority of people are not in the market yet. So in terms of losing money with Kaspa, you're probably going to be okay. Okay, it really is one of the best cryptos fundamentally. Okay, it's still at the top of my list. This is just the accumulation zone. But this video is more for you if you have enough Kaspa or you feel like you have too much and you're wondering to jump off and sell some or just look for other avenues. My answer is, my non-biased, non-financial advice answer is yes. Diversify. Get some other low caps, mid caps, large caps, or whatever. I don't care if you got to get some Bitcoin. Even Bitcoin's going to make some good gains from here. It's probably going to hit around 150K. if I had to guess, okay? There's money to be made. You have to understand. All these cryptos you're holding in your wallets, they're just digital representations of your money. Whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Kaspa, Ethereum, shitty coin in you, they're all just, if you put 1K down, it's $1,000 with a fancy name on it. Unless you're specifically using crypto to go to Starbucks, to go to the mall and spend it, you're actually a enthusiast using it, I wouldn't be so worried. From an investment standpoint, they're just fiat digital representations. That's all they are. If you think of your crypto that way, they're gonna unmarry yourself and probably divorce and separate from that asset. And I'm not telling you to separate. I'm just saying be a little more open-minded. The maxis, although this might piss off many, they typically are very close-minded, tunnel visioned, and always ready to defend viciously if necessary. And listen, I'm not a maxi of anything. I'm not a maxi in life, okay? Like, you can apply this to anything, right? Like, anytime you're all into something, yes, you can make a lot of progress, but oftentimes you're leaving something on the table in return, okay? There's always a trade-off, which in this case, people are trading off Kaspa, the safety of sleeping well at night for the short-term gains they could be making right now and are actually missing, especially when you compare it to some of our recent calls. So just keep that in mind. I wanted to clear the air here. I haven't covered Kaspa in a little bit, but in case any of you had that question, hey, John, you still bullish? Hey, John, you still holding? Hey, John, what should I do? I wanted to answer that here, but yeah, just keep in mind, it's okay to diversify. I know some of you guys like that whole Warren Buffett quote. To me, I could care less about that quote. He doesn't even like crypto. He called Bitcoin worthless. His advice means nothing for crypto. It's all for stocks, guys. Again, do whatever you feel is best for you. Stop worrying about what your peers think and just do what you feel is best to make the most amount of money possible. And by the way, if you want to reach out to me, talk to me, Zero Crypto on buying, selling, trading, next be a part of private live streams where I do Q&As every single week, literally coaching you and helping you make 6 to 7 figures, which over 20 have already done before the halving even took place. If you want to be part of this support group and take massive profits, then I encourage you to join Patreon and Discord. I'll leave a link in the pinned comments down below. It would be awesome to see you there. But anyways, now I want to hear from you. Are you holding Kaspa? And if so, how many other cryptos are you holding with it? Drop your comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.